So if you look up on this bank right here, you'll see the laydowns up on the bank, but if you look under the water, you can actually see a lot of just old trash, pieces of old trees and logs and different things. It's just under the water. And when you get a bite, most of the time when you're running down the bank with this swim jig or a topwater, anytime late summer or the fall, and you run it across something like that and you get a bite, there's usually, there's a good chance that that fish was around a piece of that cover. But one thing that I noticed a few weeks ago when all the shad started coming up and all the shad in the lake were up on the bank, you could pick up a white swim jig or a chatterbait or a square bill, anything that mimics a shad, and just go fish any kind of cover. And those fish are around that stuff. And it's very encouraging for the next few years from now. Don't be afraid to pick it apart. It's almost like fishing a square bill in cold water. There's a fish there. It's just a matter of getting that fish to react to it. So I can't tell you how many places I pulled up to fishing a swim jig up shallow or something moving, and you make a cast or two and you go, but there's a good chance if there's bait around it, there's a fish there. So you've just got to pick it apart and keep winding it, and eventually one's going to grab it, just not because he's hungry, but just because it's come by him so many times.